Ryan Blaney's best finish at Phoenix entering today was the second place finish. Well, today he tied that career high. Well, last year he finished second at the bumper of his teammate who was in the championship fight. Blaney was out of the championship fight. This year, Blaney was in the championship fight and he finished second to a guy who was not in the championship fight, meaning Ryan Blaney is your 2023 NASCAR Cup Series champion. It's been quite the season for Ryan Blaney. They won at the Coca-Cola 600 back in May in dominating fashion, but they went on a cold spell from there to their Talladega win without a top five, I believe. It was a struggle. They made it out of that first round of the playoffs, and then that second round of the playoffs is when that Talladega win came. And after that, they heated up. They obviously were advanced straight to the round of 8 after that. And they were able in the round of 8 to get a 6th place finish at Las Vegas, but it was not without stress. If you remember, Blaney was disqualified from that race, but then a day later was undisqualified. So he went from 17 points below the cutoff line to 56 and points below the cutoff line and a must-win back to 17. Well, now that changes the mindset for Homestead. Homestead, they go run top 5, maybe finish second or third in that race, led a ton of laps, looked to have the best car, fell just short, but they were still entering the final race at Martinsville in the plus. They have an outstanding Martinsville race, running top 2 all race long, and they get the win. They didn't need it, even though if that whole Vegas disqualification thing happened, they would have needed it. But still, regardless, with the pressure on, with Blaney needing to perform, run well, he was able to do just that, and he won. Well, today was different. Today was a must-win. I said it yesterday. I said, you have to win this race if you want to win the championship. Well, trends, records, streaks are meant to be broken and ended. Today, one ended. Every single champion in the elimination system format had won the race in the championship race, the final race of the season. Today, that trend was broken as Ross Chastain just owned the field today. We'll talk, that's going to be the least amount we talk about a race winner on a post-race recap, but it didn't matter. Chastain could have lapped the field 311 times. Ryan Blaney finished second. He wins the championship, and he had the best car today. We talked about it yesterday. In our championship preview, we said the big advantage Blaney had over the other 3 was the fact that it was at Phoenix. He is so good at this track. I don't know why, but he is very good at this track. Ford in the next-gen era has been really good at this track. And Blaney now has 3 straight second-place finishes here, and that's huge for him. That is a big deal to be good at this specific track because NASCAR seems set in having this as the championship race. And today it paid off for Ryan Blaney. It's paid off for Team Penske the last 2 years with Joey Logano winning the championship last year. As for the championship 4 as a whole, it became the championship 3 pretty quickly, actually. Christopher Bell, through no control of his own, had a brake rotor explode, and that took them out of the race, basically a third into the race. You work so hard all year. You have a great season. Yeah, it wasn't, the best season ever or anything, but you still put together a solid season. You win at the right time at Homestead. You make it to the championship 4, which is everyone's goal. And unfortunately, when you get there, a brake rotor explodes, and they finish 4th in the championship, 36th in the race. But they had competitive speed. The 20 car was fast. They were up there with Larson, Blaney, even Byron at the time. And unfortunately, that mechanical failure ends up costing them a shot at the championship. As for the 2 Hendrick guys, Kyle Larson and William Byron, Byron dominated the first half of this race, led almost 100 laps, was in front of the other 3 championship 4 drivers for the majority of the first half of the race. And I don't know, man. They had top 5 speed all day. Unfortunately, in this format, in this race, top 5 speed's not enough. You got to have winning speed, essentially. Blaney had winning speed. Yeah, he didn't win the race, but he was right there with Chastain the majority of the race. And Byron, the second half of the race, they didn't have that. They did not have that winning speed. They only had top 5 speed, and we'll talk about them more in the recap of the results. And but then Kyle Larson. Larson was lagging behind the other 2. Once Bell went out, it really seemed like it was going to be between Byron and Blaney. They were the 2 fastest cars. Byron was great on the short run. Blaney was great on the long run. And, Larson, it's like I said with Byron, the second half of the race with Byron. Larson was a top 5 car today. They just didn't have the winning speed. The long run just really killed them, and they weren't able to keep up with Blaney. No one was able to keep up with Blaney in terms of the championship 4 there at the end. So Larson's pit crew almost pulled the 2021. They had a clutch pit stop. They got Larson out in front of the other championship drivers. Unfortunately, though, Blaney, that car, they were too good, and Larson couldn't hold him off. Blaney, with about 10 to go, was able to get by him, and he ran away and was able to hold on for his first ever championship. As I said, back-to-back championships for Team Penske. Ryan Blaney, his first ever championship in the Cup Series. Big day for him. Big day for Ford. Ryan Blaney's a Cup Series champion. There's been a lot of questions about Ryan Blaney entering this year. I remember, he's a good, young, talented driver. He has proven he can win races. He's proven he can make a deep playoff run. He's made it to the round of 8 multiple times. But he had still yet to make the championship 4 entering this year, and there was a lot of question marks around him. There really were. Well, this year he shut everyone up, essentially, including myself. All my predictions, I never put Ryan Blaney in the championship 4. I haven't been able to trust him to make it there, and I've never been able to trust him to win a championship. Well, he just proved me and a lot of other people wrong. He made the championship 4, and he was the best championship 4 car, and they won the championship. Yeah, they didn't lead any laps today, but they didn't need to. They were the best out of the 4 today, and it worked out for them. So let's go through the finishing results of this race. I will say, before that, I was decently surprised with this race. The first half was pretty bad. I'm not going to lie. It was rough to watch it. It was pretty boring. The second half of this race delivered. The next gen at Phoenix has not been good. Phoenix has not been good in a while, let's be honest. There were some great, fun moments. The Larson-Blaney battle for the championship was intense. It was fun. They were side by side for a bit. At one point, we had a 3-car battle for the lead with Blaney, Truex, and Chastain, and everyone is yelling at Blaney, dude, they're not in the championship fight. Please, don't fight them. Let them go. Let the 1 in 19 run away. You don't have to burn up your stuff on them. So, it was funny to watch that, but it was a really good battle. The racing in the second half of the race was actually good. The first half was terrible, so I'd say it was an average race. Anyways, let's look at these results. Ross Chastain is your winner. As I said, this is the least amount we'll ever talk about a winner on this show in terms of a race winner. I don't even know if he smashed a watermelon. That's how much I know about him, other than he led 200-something laps today. Actually, I got the race results here. He led 157 laps today. Top 2, top 3 all race. Just dominated the race. I don't know where that speed came from, but he dominated. Great way to end the season for him. Great way to end the season for Trackhouse. Some momentum going into 2024. Ryan Blaney is your champion. Wow. What a race from him. As I've said this whole video, we've talked about him a lot already, but Ryan Blaney is a Cup Series champion. Ryan Blaney fans, I bet you're all happy right now. Good for you. Way to be happy. As I said, he performed in the moment. The first time in the championship 4, he came up clutch. He did what he needed to do, and he won himself a championship. I didn't know how he was going to perform in this situation. We had 2 guys in this championship 4 who had never been in the championship 4 before, and I didn't know how Blaney was going to do. Blaney, at times, he seemed like emotionally he was losing it a bit. He would get a little frustrated on the radio, but he was able to calm himself down, get back collected, and he was able to run his race. He was able to do what he needed to do despite some moments of frustration, some anger, things happening on the track. He flipped off Ross Chastain. That was kind of funny. But he was able to rub off those moments. He was able to overcome the difficult moments in this race, able to overcome difficult moments throughout the season and win a championship, and that's what matters. He did that. Ryan Blaney is now a NASCAR champion. Third place, Kyle Larson. They finished the race. My biggest fear for Larson today was that he wasn't going to finish the race, that they were going to be the best car, dominate this race. Something was going to happen late race caution, and Larson was going to wreck himself. Fortunately for them, Larson kept it clean today, raced Blaney fair and clean. His team put him in position. The pit crew did their job. They put him in position, but unfortunately, they were just a little bit off today compared to Blaney. They finished third in the race, second in the championship. Still nothing to be ashamed of. 4 wins on the year. Finished second in the points. Still a very solid year from the 5 team. Then we get to the 24. If you guys know me, I'm a Jeff Gordon fan. I try my best to keep out of being biased here as of the last couple of years, but this one stings a little bit. I've watched Jeff Gordon get knocked out of championship contention. I've watched Jeff Gordon lose championships because of the chase and playoff format 3 times. Or I guess it's happened 3 times. I've been a fan since 2010, so I really only watched it once, but it was enough to crush my soul. Add this to the list. 04, 07, 14, and 23 is a year that the 24 dominated but did not win the championship because of the playoff format system. Yep. Nothing against Ryan Blaney. Nothing against that team. Nothing against Penske. Everyone, as I've said the last 2 days, everyone knows what the system is entering the season. Everyone knows what the system is entering the year, entering the playoffs, entering the championship race, but still just blows my mind. A guy can win 6 races, have the most top 10s in the series, most top 5s in the series, and finish third in the points. Sorry, but that's just how I feel. It breaks my heart as a 24 fan to see the 24 lose another championship like that. So, regardless, some people may be mad at me. Some people may now agree with me, but that's just my emotions. That's just how I feel. It sucks. That's all I'm going to say. 5th place, Prosper, Texas' own Chris Buescher. Man, imagine if he was in this championship race. We'd be watching him prosper, watching him run up there, but unfortunately for him, not so. He did win his stage, led 18 laps, ran top 5 most of the race. Really good car for him in RFK. They've been better at these shorter tracks, and it showed again today. Chris Buescher, top 5 to end the year, some more momentum heading into next year. I'm not sure how the points shake out. I'll post them in the community post at some point, and then we'll talk postseason at the end of the video. I got to do my annual let's look back at my preseason predictions video. Oh my God, I hate that time of year because my predictions are always bad. But yeah, Chris Buescher 5th. Martin Truex Jr. 6th. He led some 8-lap today. They turned it on as soon as they got eliminated. Top 5 most of the day, finishes 6th. Good for him. 7th place, we're going to talk about this one for a bit. Kevin Harvick. You may be wondering, why are we talking about Kevin Harvick so much in this video? Kevin Harvick just made his last career NASCAR Cup Series start. Harvick had, I think, 20 straight top 10s at Phoenix to close out his career. A NASCAR record, I think, for longest top 10 streak at a single track. But Kevin Harvick, the last full-time driver to race in the Winston Cup era, to race in that Winston Cup format. What a career. Oh my goodness. We can't even we can't list all the things he's done. That would take too long, and this video has been long enough as this is always my longest post-race video of the year because we have to talk about all the last. But Kevin Harvick won championship in 2014. 60 career wins. That last one came at Richmond in the fall or summer of 2022. 31 poles. He led 16,058 laps. And of course, he was the one to replace Dale Earnhardt. 2001, Dale Earnhardt tragically dies in an accident at the Daytona 500. NASCAR doesn't know what's going to happen next. Their biggest star just died on a racetrack. You can't replace him. The fact of the matter is you can't replace Dale Earnhardt. Well, Kevin Harvick came into that car, an immediate success hit. He won at Atlanta just a few weeks later in an iconic photo finish over Jeff Gordon, and the rest is history. I just listed his numbers. 60 wins, a championship. 60 wins across 2 teams, 2 manufacturers. Kevin Harvick's done it all in the Cup Series. He's about won it all in the Cup Series. An emotional goodbye for Kevin Harvick. And one of the most impressive things about him in his Cup Series career is he was competitive all the way through it. Not a lot of guys can say that. We look at Tony Stewart, Jimmy Johnson. These are guys who won multiple championships, but at the tail end of their careers, they kind of fell off. They did not have that same winning speed or winning, I guess, that they had earlier in their career. Harvick was a winner throughout. Yeah, he didn't win a race in his final year, but he made the playoffs in a year that Stewart-Haas Racing as a whole was very down. He was the only SHR car to make the playoffs. and he competed for wins every once in a while. Very, very, very impressive. Something to be proud about. Harvick fans, and Kevin Harvick, obviously. Salute. Kevin Harvick, his last race as a NASCAR Cup Series driver. 8th place, Denny Hamlin. 9th place, Michael McDowell. All right. I did not know that. Good for him. 10th place, Bubba Wallace. 11th place, Daniel Suarez. 12th place, Austin Dillon. 13th, Eric Almirola. Speaking of SHR drivers who are stepping away, Eric Almirola, obviously not the numbers or the success of Kevin Harvick, but still a good Cup Series career. 3 wins, a couple playoff runs, one of them making it to the round of 8. It was a good career for Eric Almirola. He steps away full-time. Ryan Preece finishes 14th. 15th, Brad Keselowski missed qualifying yesterday due to having his son born. Congrats to him. 16th, Chase Elliott, a year to forget. 17th, Alex Bowman, a year to forget. 18th, Joey Logano, also a year to forget. Man, we're going through some years to forget here. 19th and 20th, Carson Hocevar and Eric Jones. The last time that Legacy Motor Club is under the Chevy banner, they move to Toyota next year. We're getting through the last, people. 21st, Ty Gibbs wins Rookie of the Year. 22nd, Tyler Reddick wraps up his first full year at 23-11. Ricky Stenhouse Jr., your Daytona 500 champion. Chase Briscoe. Kyle Busch wraps up his first year at RCR. He spun, causing that late caution with about 38 to go, and ended up not affecting Blaney. Blaney still won the championship. Harrison Burton finishes 26th. J.J. Yeley 27th. Ty Dillon 28th in his last start for Spire. 29th, Justin Haley in his last start for Colleague. 30th, Todd Gilliland. 31st, Corey LaJoie. 32nd, AJ Allmendinger in maybe his last Cup Series start for Colleague. We don't know what he's doing next year, so nothing confirmed. 33rd, BJ McLeod. Get loud for McLeod. The last time Live Fast Racing, or Motorsports, or whatever they are, has a charter, but BJ McLeod is $40 million richer. Salute. Yeah, I mean, obviously they could buy a charter in the future if they wanted, but BJ McLeod, very rich now. 34th, Ryan Newman, maybe his last start. We don't know if he's coming back next year to run part-time again, but maybe. 35th, Austin Cindric, a year to forget. Christopher Bell finishes 36th. Yeah, we had to go quite a way to finish off the Championship 4 talk. I know we talked about it earlier, but Christopher Bell, heartbreak for him early in this race. Had the speed to compete with the other 3 Championship 4 drivers. Bad luck. What are you going to do? A brake rotor explodes going down the backstretch at Phoenix. He crashes out. They can't fix it, and Christopher Bell's season ends in a very disappointing fashion. But the fact of the matter is, they had 2 wins on the year. They made it to the Championship 4. There's nothing to be ashamed of. They were the only Joe Gibbs Racing car in the Championship 4. Joe Gibbs Racing in the past has gotten multiple cars in the Championship 4, so it is nothing to be ashamed about to be the best Joe Gibbs Racing car back-to-back years. So Christopher Bell with another outstanding season, but just a crappy ending to the year. No other way to put it, but... let me know if I'm forgetting any last. I'm scrolling through here one last time. I'm not seeing anything. I think I mentioned them all. Usually I mention some or forget some, but that's it. NASCAR's over. I don't know what to do with the next 2 months of my life, or 3 months, or however long it is. Yeah, Ryan Blaney is your Cup Series champion. Cole Custer is your Xfinity Series champion. Ben Rhodes is your Truck Series champion. Ford gets the clean sweep. I should have brought a broom with me. Yeah, I wasn't really thinking on that one. Well, anyways, those are your championship drivers. That is your year. I can't believe it's over. We're going to talk about the season, though, some more over the next week or 2. Oh, man, we got to do the live stream, don't we? Every year we do a live stream where we look at my preseason predictions and we laugh at me. I haven't determined what day that's going to be. I'm going to have you guys pick it. You know what? We got polls now. We got quizzes now. I'm going to put a poll out there. What day do you want to make fun of me? Yeah. We'll figure out what day. We'll do that live stream. And, yeah, thanks again for watching. Hope you enjoyed. It's been a fun season. It's been a great season as always. Thanks again for watching this channel. Hope you guys enjoyed it. It's been a great year for the channel. Hoping to continue that success. Still got a couple F1 races, but as for NASCAR, that's a wrap in terms of racing. We still got free agency news to happen.